Can you feel it, Leafs Nation? That familiar ache in your chest, the one that tells you a storm is brewing again? How many times have we dared to dream, only to have those dreams shatter like ice under a thunderclap? But this time it feels different, doesn't it? This isn't just about another playoff exit. It's about the very heart of our team. So, tell me, are you ready to confront the bitter truth that the golden boy, the dazzling magician of the puck, Mitch Marner, might be waving goodbye to Toronto forever? Get ready, because the biggest bombshell of the NHL offseason has just dropped, and it's set to send seismic tremors through the hockey world. The air in Toronto usually hums with a hopeful anticipation of a new hockey season, but right now, it's thick with a different kind of electricity, the kind that crackles before a seismic shift. For years, Mitch Marner has been more than just a player. He's been a symbol, a homegrown hero, one of the pulsating veins in the very heart of the Toronto Maple Leafs. His dazzling stick handling, his uncanny vision, his ability to thread passes through the eye of a needle. These are the hallmarks of a truly elite talent, a player capable of turning a routine shift into a highlight reel. This past season, he once again put up eye-popping numbers, racking up a career-high 102 points, a testament to his undeniable skill and his irreplaceable role in the Leafs' offensive attack. But despite these incredible statistics, the narrative surrounding Marner has always been, shall we say, complicated. Toronto, a city where hockey transcends mere sport to become a fervent religion, places its stars under an unforgiving, magnified microscope. Every play, every shift, every nuanced decision is scrutinized, debated, and often harshly judged. And when the playoffs inevitably arrived, bringing with them the all-too-familiar specter of an early exit, that microscope became a searing laser beam focused squarely on Marner and his fellow core players. The unspoken agreement at the start of the season was a sensible one, designed to avoid distractions, defer contract negotiations until the final horn, a pragmatic approach in theory. But as we've learned time and again in Toronto, pragmatism often takes a backseat to passion and pressure. Then came Game 7 against the Florida Panthers. Just uttering those words sends a cold shiver down the spine of any Leafs fan. As the clock mercilessly wound down, and the score became a humiliating 6-1, something truly ugly, truly heartbreaking, unfolded at Scotiabank Arena. The collective frustration, the pent-up anguish of decades of playoff heartbreak, boiled over in a visceral, shocking display. Fans, in a scene that drew widespread condemnation from even opposing players and coaches, began to boo Marner every time he touched the puck. Beers and jerseys, symbols of devotion that had been lovingly worn for years, were disgustingly flung onto the ice in a grotesque display of disillusionment and rage. Can you imagine that feeling? To be on that ice, having poured your heart and soul into a season, to be bleeding for your team, and to be met with such venom from your own faithful? It's a psychological blow that can wound deeper than any physical hit, leaving scars that might never fully heal. This wasn't just a bad game. It was a perceived betrayal, a breaking point for a fan base that had endured too much. Even Panthers forward Brad Marchand and head coach Paul Maurice openly defended the Maple Leafs for the abysmal treatment they received from their own crowd, highlighting just how far over the line it went. Now, into this emotionally charged aftermath steps Andy Strickland, a reporter for FanDuel Sports Network in St. Louis. He dropped a bombshell on X, a rumor so audacious it instantly set the hockey world ablaze. Can confirm Mitch Marner will not be returning to Toronto, Strickland stated unequivocally. He will be playing for a new team come next season, he added. While Strickland may not always be listed among the upper echelon of hockey insiders like Pierre LeBrun or Elliot Friedman, the sheer weight of this claim, combined with the raw, fresh wounds of that Game 7 exit, has sent undeniable shockwaves. Is it a definitive truth? Only time will tell. But the mere possibility is enough to send a shiver of dread down the spines of Leafs management and a jolt of feverish anticipation through the rest of the league. It adds undeniable fuel to the fire that Marner's relationship with the fan base, and perhaps the city, is irrevocably fractured. Because let's be absolutely clear, any team in the NHL would kill for a player of Mitch Marner's caliber. His sublime vision, his unparalleled puck-handling wizardry, his almost magical ability to create offense out of thin air. These are the attributes of a true elite talent, a certified game breaker, who can elevate any lineup, shift the balance of power, and ignite a franchise. So, if the Strickland report holds true, where could this dazzling playmaker land? The rumor mill, predictably, is already churning at a furious, dizzying pace. The Anaheim Ducks, a team flush with cap space and a clear desire to accelerate their rebuild, have been prominently mentioned as a prime destination. Imagine Marner, surrounded by young, hungry talent, becoming the offensive fulcrum of a surging West Coast team. James Myrtle, the Athletic, has floated a truly staggering possibility. Marner could command an average annual value AV north of $14 million with the Ducks. Think about that kind of financial commitment. It would be a monumental statement from Anaheim, signaling their intent to contend immediately. Then there are the Carolina Hurricanes, a perennial contender that consistently falls just short of the ultimate prize. Could Marner be the missing piece of their offensive puzzle, the creative spark that pushes them over the top? According to David Pagnotta, the Hurricanes are another team that can make Marner the highest-paid player in the entire league, potentially surpassing even Leon Draisaitl's current AV. Talk about a seismic shift in the NHL salary landscape. And let's not forget the tantalizing connections to two other powerhouses, the Vegas Golden Knights and, ironically, the very Florida Panthers who delivered the knockout blow to Toronto. There were credible whispers, tantalizingly close to reality, of a past trade that would have involved Marner moving to Vegas, potentially for Mikko Rantanen from the Avalanche, though the initial information incorrectly stated Hurricanes. The core rumor of Vegas being interested in Marner remains strong. Furthermore, Myrtle suggests that both the Golden Knights and the Panthers are high on Marner's personal wish list. Picture it. Marner, the offensive dynamo, joining the reigning Stanley Cup champions in Vegas, adding yet another layer of dynamic firepower to an already formidable roster built for winning. Or, consider the almost unbelievable narrative arc. After the raw pain of that Game 7 defeat, Marner joined the very Panthers who vanquished the Leafs, transforming an emotional defeat into a surprising and for some, infuriating new chapter. The irony, the drama, the sheer narrative potential. It's almost too perfect for a Hollywood script. This isn't just about one player switching teams. It's about the potential reshaping of the NHL's financial landscape. The strong possibility that Mitch Marner could surpass Leon Draisaitl to become the highest-paid player in the NHL by AAV is a colossal development. Draisaitl's current AAV stands at $8.5 million, but the context of the rising salary cap and Marner's consistent production at a high level makes a $14+ million AAV not just feasible, but increasingly likely. This kind of deal would set a new benchmark for offensive superstars in the league, influencing future negotiations across the board. The Marner sweepstakes, as we head into what promises to be a scorching hot summer, will be nothing short of mesmerizing, a high-stakes poker game played out by desperate GMs. Every general manager with a shred of ambition will be watching, calculating, and dreaming of adding Marner's unique magic to their roster. So, Leafs Nation, the question remains, hanging heavy in the air like a winter fog. Is this truly the bitter end for Mitch Marner in Toronto, or merely the beginning of a new, undeniably painful, and perhaps ultimately necessary chapter for the franchise? Will the team move on, finally accepting that some relationships just aren't meant to last? Or will a last-ditch, desperate effort be made to keep their prodigal son, even after the vitriol he faced? One thing is absolutely certain. The impending free agency of Mitch Marner is not just a hockey story. It's a profound human drama playing out on the grandest stage, a testament to the brutal business of professional sports and the often unforgiving, yet fiercely loyal relationship between a fan base and its stars. What do you think, hockey fans? Where will Mitch Marner ultimately land? And what does a potential departure truly mean for the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Share your predictions, your hopes, and your deepest fears in the comments below. And if you're as gripped by this unfolding drama as we are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss a single beat of this wild, unpredictable, and utterly captivating story.